As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Gerard Tarkin is suing Orlando Calrissian in the amount of $7,500 for the catering tent he destroyed. Mr. Calrissian is countersuing for $1,950.
All right, Mr. Tarkin, you're suing Mr. Calrissian for $7,500 for catering and in wedding expenses. And, sir, you have countersued for $1,950 for property damage.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
And what's your relationship with this person?
So I dated his daughter for a while, and I'm good friends with his daughter.
Oh, you're a friend of his daughter. How long you been friends with his daughter?
Well, we've known each other for about 3 years, and we dated for a while, and we've just been good friends ever since then. For a couple of years, last couple of years, we weren't dating, but we were still good friends.
Okay, so he's a friend of your daughter's? Is that what I'm understanding, sir?
That's what he says.
Okay, so
Yeah,
why does he think that we're still friends?
I have no idea, Judge.
So tell me about this lawsuit.
My daughter got married in Tahoe.
Okay.
And part of the wedding procession...
Not to him.
No, thank God.
Okay.
I wanted to spend as much as I could to make her happy, right?
Right.
I mean, this is my baby. This is my only child.
Okay.
And so I got the tuxedo, all spent the money
Right.
for the tent, all the food.
How many guests?
There was over 100 people there.
Okay.
So this guy shows up on her wedding day. He's one of these skydivers.
Uh-huh.
And he's coming down. I look up. I'm on the boat, and I look up. And my daughter was standing alongside me.
Oh, you were out on the water.
Right. Right, yeah. And he's skydiving above it. And all the people at the wedding are all staring at him.
If you're out on the water, where's the wedding party?
We're coming to the wedding party.
Oh, on a
It's
boat?
On a boat, right.
Okay. And you're meeting these folks on land.
Right,
And
yeah,
then
they're
he's
already there.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's skydiving? in?
Yes.
Yes. I'm a skydiver, yeah. I was doing a surprise for the wedding. And
Were you invited?
Big surprise.
Were you invited?
she told me about the wedding. She knew I was going to be there.
Right. She says, hey, I'm getting married. And you say, hey, I'm coming?
I'm going to skydive in?
Is
I
that
don't
what
think so.
happened? Don't help me. Is that what happened?
So we've talked a lot.
No. She told me about the wedding, and I told her what?
That I didn't think she should get married to this guy.
Okay.
Because she doesn't really love him.
Why, you think she still loves you?
This
Yes,
guy's-
I mean, you can talk to her, but the thing is he's pressuring her. The only reason she broke up with me...
Wait.
Listen.
Did your daughter marry the man that she was...
Yes, she
okay,
did.
so she's married now.
Right. She never...
Yeah.
I would never let her
help
marry
me.
this clown.
Okay, well, can we get onto the fact that...
No, you get onto the facts I want to get onto. Help me, because you're telling me that you skydived into this wedding because...
Okay, so I was not planning on skydiving. I was at Lake Tahoe. I had all my permits. I have proof
Okay,
here.
I'm not asking you about permits
And I was not
anything.
planning
My
on landing in the
question-
wedding. I was not planning on landing in the wedding.
Mr. Calrissian, what were you doing skydiving over Lake Tahoe the day your
Over her
ex-girlfriend
wedding.
is getting married? What were you doing there?
Yeah.
I was there to stop her from getting married, if anything. But I was there to
stop
be there for her wedding.
To stop her from getting married. You just said it. So what happened? You see him skydiving in, and then what happened?
I lost it. I kind of grabbed the flare gun and I just shot up in the air just to scare him. You know, it's a flare gun. It'll go
Right.
20 foot either way.
Right.
It's not that very
And what
accurate.
happened?
He's claiming I shot him down. I didn't come anywhere near him.
So then you shot the flare gun, and then what happened? What did you see happen?
I looked up, I seen a lot of smoke, I seen him doing this, and then
Right.
the next thing I know, he's in the tent. And
What
he
tent?
destroyed
On land?
this tent. He destroys the tent. Now I got to pay for that. He also destroyed all the food that was in the tent because the whole thing came down. He had these things on his boots that were smoking. The smoke is rolling all over the place.
Right. I got to get back to him. So you thought that you would skydive in, and then how would you stop the wedding?
Okay, so when we were dating,
Oh.
we had talked about how it would be a romantic thing for me to show up in a parachute, and I just wanted to do a surprise. It did not. Okay, so I'm a Class D certified skydiver.
Right.
I've almost done 1,000 dives, and I was not
Is
supposed
your
to.
daughter here?
Yes.
What's her name?
Christina.
Okay. The court calls Christina Tarkin. Come forward and be sworn, ma'am. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So, Christina, are you still in love with this guy?
No.
Absolutely no.
No.
Unequivocally.
He thinks I am. He's been bugging me.
Calls like every day.
He's been wanting to get back with me for the last
He
few
says
years.
you call him every day.
We're friends. He knows me really well. I talk to him sometimes.
Wait. If somebody thinks that you're still in love with me, why am I calling you every day?
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
Did you invite him to the wedding?
Yes, but
Oh,
it wasn't. I mean, I didn't expect.
me.
And later,
Tradition is to throw kids in the pool after the gym final.
Joe, what did you do?
I'd throw her in the water.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. We're back with the case of Gerard Tarkin, who is suing Orlando Calrissian for the cost of a catering tent.
Did you invite him to the wedding?
Yes, but
Oh,
it wasn't. I mean, I didn't expect.
me.
Dad, I didn't expect him to skydive in. I mean, I love my
I
husband.
didn't expect him to be there, period.
Look, I love my
Skydive and
husband.
drive.
He's perfect for me. He knows. Orlando knows I'm not
let
in
me
love
ask,
with him.
Oh,
may I
my
ask
God.
another
He's my
question?
friend.
Did you tell him that you thought it would be such a romantic thing to just skydive in?
Over 2 years ago, when we were dating,
Didn't you think that
to
was
our own wedding,
didn't
not
you
not
think
my
that
wedding
was
with another
romantic?
man.
You told him you thought that was romantic, though.
2 years ago, when we were dating,
Right.
To our own wedding. Maybe if he were the groom, but he's not the groom.
Did he ever tell you he was going to be skydiving in?
Not to my wedding
He
with
told
another
you
man.
he was coming, though, right? You knew he was coming.
I thought he might
Why
come.
would you invite your ex?
Really? Why did you invite him?
We're friends.
They're friends. So what? You don't invite your ex to your wedding.
I didn't think he'd do anything like that, okay?
So what's the $7,500? The cost of what?
It totally destroyed the tent.
Right.
It was $5,000. The wedding cake was $1,500.
Right.
Assorted dessert trays, $500.
Right.
And an appetizer plate,
Okay,
another
but I need to
$1,000.
understand. The tent is ruined, right?
Yes.
The cake and everything is ruined. Then what happens with the wedding plans?
It went on. I mean, I wasn't just not going to marry
You
him.
walked down the aisle and everything.
We did everything. Well, once the police let him go, we were able to continue with the wedding.
Right. When the police let him go, did he stay at the wedding too?
No,
No.
he left, thank God.
Did you ask him to leave?
Yes.
So what is your counterclaim?
He destroyed my parachute with his flare. The flare hit the parachute. It went up in
Okay.
flames. It was a mess.
And the
so
parachute was $1,900 and something.
yes,
I bet he
exactly.
didn't even pay for that parachute.
Let me see.
No, I have the
Let-
receipt.
let
I have
me
the
see the
receipt right here.
proof
Yeah, I have
about
the
the
receipt right here.
parachute.
And I also have evidence that. So I'm a Class D certified skydiver.
Right.
I'm certified to land within a 12-meter radius,
Right.
a 12-meter zone.
Right.
And my buddy, I'd like to call in. I have a witness here too, Your Honor.
What's he going to tell me?
Oh, just the fact that I was following regulations, that everything was going
I didn't
safe,
say
and I
you
wasn't
weren't following
basically.
any regulations.
I had a permit to be there.
Who
Oh, you
cares?
had a
I was
permit.
following
You didn't have a
regulations.
permit to
To
come to
over
the
Lake
wedding.
Tahoe, which is a public place.
I don't care if you're
Is that
it's a
okay?
perfectly
No, he does. He got a permit to skydive over Lake Tahoe.
Over Lake Tahoe.
That's where
Not
you
Yeah,
into
not
her
into the
wedding.
wedding tent. Not over all my food.
Wait, excuse
Please.
me. I don't know what happened because, Daddy, you blew a hole in his parachute.
I've never touched his parachute.
The court calls
Yes.
Luke Dawson. Let me hear from him. Come forward and be sworn. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So, Luke, I understand under the skydiving regulations, somebody has to be on the ground.
Yes, ma'am.
That
and
was
I was
you.
serving as that as I'm his good friend.
Okay,
within
and
the
are you
restaurant.
certified too?
I am.
Did you see what happened that day?
I did.
Okay, what happened after he jumped out of the plane?
So
what
he jumps out of the plane, and he's coming down, very controlled. It wasn't even very breezy, so he was good to go. And I'm on radio, so I can hear him talking.
Right, so what happened?
All of a sudden, I hear, screaming. Then I look over, the boat has launched a flare.
All right.
I see a ton of smoke coming off. He starts screaming in the radio and loses control. The parachute catches on fire.
Oh, the parachute did catch on fire.
Yes, ma'am. And he swerved and hit
But
the
did
tent.
you?
You could have killed him. If he had died as a result of that, you would be in handcuffs too that day. You would have been in handcuffs and you'd probably be sitting in jail right now because of negligent homicide. Might have even been
If I was
first-degree
aiming
murder.
at him, I'd have hit him.
Okay, well, you came close enough and you could have killed him. It was very reckless what you did. And unfortunately, based on the fact that your daughter was continuing conversations with a man she knew who was obsessed with her up until her wedding day, she led him on. That's why he did it. You're not getting the money back for what happened to at the wedding. Because if you hadn't shot him down, which he had a right to be there anyway, and it was reckless to shoot him down, that wouldn't have happened. Now, as for your counterclaim, you really are responsible for what happened to that parachute. Sir, your claim is dismissed. As to your counterclaim, I'm awarding $1,950 to the defendant. Good luck to all of you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
You destroyed my daughter's wedding, and I got to pay the price. This is not right.
You got off easy. You could have killed me.
Coming up,
Tradition is to throw kids in the pool after the gym final.
Joe, what did you do?
I threw her in the water.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Angela Lambert is suing Jackie Thompson in the amount of $1,440 for property damage and personal injuries.
All right, Miss Lambert, you're suing Miss Thompson for $1,440, which represents 9 months of tutoring that you paid to her?
We paid it to a math tutor.
Okay.
And on her final exam, she was thrown into the swimming pool by Joe, and she failed the math exam
Right.
because of his actions.
So, what's your relationship with her?
I'm his mom, and he
You
goes.
guys weren't friends or anything?
No, I don't know her.
So these kids both go to the same school, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so are y'all friends?
Not really.
You're not friends?
He teases me every day, and
Oh, yeah? What does he do to you? How old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay, and how old are you?
15.
15. And how does he tease you every day? What do you do to her every day?
I mean, I try to get her attention because, I mean, she's pretty hot. I mean, you have to say it. But, yeah, I was just trying to get her attention. You know, she's always studying on her homework and all that stuff,
Right.
like, getting, like, all into it. And she's shy. Like, I'm just trying to tell her, like it's okay to talk.
Right.
Like, I'll sit right behind
See,
you.
my son's really popular,
Right.
and he gets A's, and he just thought it was
He's
fun.
an A student?
He's an A student.
Okay.
It takes
Are
him
you
no
an A
effort.
student too?
No, I struggle in my classes.
Right.
And so,
You're not doing well in school.
I mean, I'm getting B's and C's, but my geometry grade dropped from a B to a D because I was late for my exam.
Right. So, Mom, because she was a BC student, you got a tutor?
Yeah, she had a 3.0,
Uh-huh.
and because of this swimming pool incident, it dropped all the way down to a 2.75
Okay. Well,
cumulative.
explain to me, you put her in tutoring where, with whom?
It was with Miss Esther. It was twice a week
Okay.
for 9 months.
Right.
And she worked very hard, and she knew everything on the
So,
exam.
but you're
She just
asking
didn't
for the
have enough
money
time to-
back because she didn't make it to the exam? You were supposed to be at the exam. Instead, first of all, what were you doing out by the pool?
We had gym first period, then we had geometry.
Okay.
So then I guess their tradition is to throw kids in the pool after the gym final, which is the same day math final is.
Coming up,
Joe, what did you do?
I threw her in the water.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. We're back with the case of Angela Lambert, who is suing Jacquet Thompson in the amount of $1,400 for property damage and personal injury.
How did you get in a position to be thrown in the pool?
The gym is near the pool, and we have to walk from the gym to the main building where all of our classes are.
So you were walking to class.
Yeah.
Look at me filling in the spaces. Okay, so you were walking to class, and then you saw, what's your name?
Joe.
Okay, so you ran into Joe. And then what happened? Joe, what did you do?
I threw her in the water.
You did? You picked up and threw in the water?
Yeah, it was a after the final prank.
Then what?
And then I called my mom, and she came and picked me up, which I really wasn't expecting to be picked up and brought home, but...
Right.
And then that made me late.
Did you know she had an exam that day?
I had to take her home. I had to pick
Why?
her up.
No,
She
you
called
didn't.
me in
No, you didn't.
hysterics. She was so upset because of the actions of this young man.
She doesn't
was
look
in-
like she was that upset. This little smile on her face. She doesn't look like she was so upset about
was
it at all. I don't
bawling.
buy that she was
She just
upset
doesn't wanna
and
show
not
it right
one
now.
bit.
And
Her mom's a
I
drama
felt
queen.
So wait,
bad
mama,
for her.
mama. Who's the teacher?
Mr. Thompson.
Did anybody ever go talk to Mr. Thompson to see if she could make up the exam? Mom, did you do that?
I did. I tried. I tried really, really hard.
And what
I
did
went
Mr.
to
Thompson
the principal.
say?
I went to everyone I could think of, and they said absolutely not.
How many other people were thrown into the pool that day?
It was a full class, so it was about like
30-something
20,
people?
yeah, 32.
How many of those people had to go take that exam you were on your way to?
A third of the class, 15.
So how many of those 15 made it to the class?
Probably all 14 of them. besides
14
me.
of them made it. And how was everybody else dressed?
Clothes they came into school.
Just like you. So you were the only one that didn't make it to class.
Yeah, and it was because she freaked out and I had to
She
be
was
picked up.
So it was because of your mama you didn't make it to class?
I was going to make it to class. and she
Except
just-
because of mama?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by... You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
In all seriousness, I think your mother wants to see you do well in school. You know,
I understand
it's easy to have fun when you're in school, but you know, eventually people get weeded out by the grades. You know, when you're an average student, then you're kind of average, right?
Yeah.
In order to be treated like something special and get the best jobs, you have to be above average. Okay? And it helps if you're cute, so you're halfway there. Okay? So, you think you're gonna... Do you like this guy here?
I don't know. He pesters me.
Right.
I mean, I don't... Usually girls fall for him left and right, but I just, focus on school
Right,
to
you
make
do
sure...
that. You do that. You'll get a good man if you act like he ain't special. Treat him just like you've been treating him. Treat him just like he doesn't even exist. Don't even look over there at him, that kind of thing. All right, I wish all of you the best. Casey Smith, good luck to you.
Right. Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Maybe you should get your daughter a new tutor. My son's available.
I definitely don't need your son to tutor my daughter.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.